the Dame and Giannis led Bucks are going to be a problem. And I know I just put out a quick thoughts video not that long ago. If you haven't seen the first one of this series, 5 to 15 minute videos, just going over the thoughts of the sports world at the moment. I just put out one of those that said that the Boston Celtics are going to be a problem. And that was just in the opening minutes of the 76ers and Bucks game that I recorded that. But I gave a caveat. Let's see what Dame and Giannis look like. But I think that the Celtics are going to be the best team in the NBA. And I'm not getting away from that. I think the Celtics are going to be the best team in the NBA. Their starting five is better than I think any that we've seen in quite a while. Maybe since the Golden State Kevin Durant years, or I mean, I'm always impartial to the big three Nets, right? But nonetheless, Damian Lillard's ability to create space on the outside just leaves the money shots open for Giannis. And I think that's what everyone knew was going to happen. And it sort of happened tonight, but what it really did was create pressure in the reverse way. Giannis created pressure on the inside, gave Dame some open shots. He ended up with 39 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 17 to 17 from the free throw line. A lot of contact. I do think their ceiling is higher than what we saw tonight, significantly higher than what we saw tonight. But just as a first flash, that was an awesome performance from Dame. Way to welcome himself to Milwaukee and beat the 76ers. On the other hand, the 76ers, Tyrese Maxey looked good. And I talked about this on my Eastern Conference preview episode with Will Eckenfelder. Go check that out. We talked about the 76ers and what would happen if they traded James Harden. And Tyrese Maxey, we both considered could be an all-star considerations. And I mean, he is so quick to the basket. It's incredible. And he can shoot outside with the best of them. In my opinion, went 3 of 8 from 3 tonight. Joel Embiid, not as great as he has been in games, obviously, but still put up 24. Tobias Harris gave him 20. DeAnthony Melton gave him 10. But the star of the show for the 76ers was Kelly Oubre, 27 points, 4 rebounds, 9 of 11 from the field. Just elite as a 76er in his Philadelphia debut. You know, other guys contributed in some capacity. But Tyrese Maxey was the best player for the 76ers, followed by Kelly Oubre. And obviously you want Embiid to be up there, but if Tyrese Maxey is putting up performances that are near the top of the team performance, I think this team could be very good this year. And then we had a game straight after that, the Lakers and the Suns, which initially I was a little disappointed going in thinking it would be, at least Devin Booker and KD, and Devin Booker was declared out, I believe, yesterday afternoon. Still, KD and LeBron, first time in, 5 years, Christmas Day, 2018, right? Great to see that matchup. I mean, 2 of the game's elite. I think 2 of the top 3 players of this generation, and you can feel how you want about Curry versus Durant all time or right now. But two of the top 3 of the generation, no one's going to deny that. And just an elite performance from Kevin Durant. Ended up having 39 points. His team didn't really come through for him. I mean, some guys had some moments. Josh Okogie had an elite over-the-back rebound on Rui Hachimura that led to an open 3 for Eric Gordon. And I think we're going to, at the end of the year, think Josh Okogie, is one of the best role players in the NBA. He's exactly when you have a team full of stars like the Suns do, right? They got Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, Kevin Durant. You need a glue guy. You need a guy who's going to do the dirty work. A guy who's going to fight for that offensive rebound, is going to make the open 3 when he's called upon. And we saw that with the Nuggets last year. That was Bruce Brown. That was Aaron Gordon. Aaron Gordon certainly does it at a higher level than Josh Okogie. But we've seen in other capacities. We've seen Derek White with the Celtics. I think that's exactly what he's there to do. He's that 5th guy in the starting lineup outside of Holiday, Brown, Tatum, and Porzingis. That's going to be the glue guy. That's going to do the dirty work. That's going to find the open man. That's going to nail the tough contested shot when he's needed to do that. And that's what Okogie is for the Suns, and he was last year. I think he'll continue to do that this year in this new era for the Suns. I liked what I saw from him, even if he didn't, have an elite stat line. He still ended up with 10 and 8, still 3 assists. Decent line for him. Jordan Goodwin looked pretty good off the bench for a guy who I don't think is going to have a huge impact on the season. Eric Gordon looked very good. But this game was about Kevin Durant versus LeBron. Kevin Durant looked lethal out there. He looked the best he's looked in Phoenix, in my opinion. I know he had some great playoff moments, but an elite scorer. He was getting to the bucket whenever he wanted. He was setting up teammates with elite shots. He had some very good defensive plays, a block that was a remnant of his Golden State days when he was kind of that elite perimeter defender. And I think that's what he brings on the defensive end, is really the ability to catch up and use his length to contest near the rim. I think his perimeter defense is all right, but his size makes up for a lot of maybe his lack of shifty movements on the defensive end. On the other hand, LeBron, although he only had 21, he had 8 and 9 rebounds and assists. He was getting to the bucket at will late in that game. He only played 35 minutes. Anthony Davis, on the other hand, he had 30 and 12. I thought this was a good game for him. He was aggressive. He was getting to the free throw line, and maybe he wasn't hitting free throw shots as well as you would have wanted. He was still an impact player and the best player on the court for the Lakers, and that's all you can want. I said on the Western Conference preview when I ranked them third, I said the Lakers' key to the season would be Anthony Davis being their best player, and he was that tonight. Can he be that the rest of the season? The Lakers sure hope so, because LeBron, although he's in year 21, he's not good enough to be the best player on a championship team anymore, in my opinion. So if he's the second best player, still at an all-star level, maybe he's not as good on the defensive end as he was just a few years ago in Cleveland, but still a very, very, very good offensive player, a very good scorer, an elite floor general at the forward position, and the ability to, really set up an offense at an elite level. It sees the floor like nothing else, gets to the rim for that reason, can split a double team. He had one split on a double team toward the end of maybe like 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter that I thought was just prototypical LeBron. And then this team gets contributions from D'Angelo Russell and Austin Reeves, and they're gonna be a good team, one of the better teams in the West. I did think the coaching decisions were a little weird. I found it odd that Christian Wood was getting so many closing minutes. I didn't think he played great. He ended up with 7 and 10. Not a great stat line. I think his defense is, I know he provides length, and that's what they were looking for against Kevin Durant. But I'm just the kind of guy that just wants Anthony Davis primarily in that matchup against KD, and you let everyone figure it out. But nonetheless, played fairly well. They won the game. So what do I know? Still a fun game. And I hope we get more of these LeBron KD matchups before LeBron retires, presumably, because they're always fun to watch. They're instant classics. Two of the best players of the generation going at it. I really loved it. But let me know what you think of these games. What do they tell you about the teams? I think each team is right where they are. The Suns, when healthy, would have beat the Lakers. But the Lakers put up a solid fight and won the game, a gritty game. And then Milwaukee and Philadelphia without James Harden, I think that worked out about as we expected. And I'm looking to see more growth out of Dame and Giannis. But thank you for watching this episode of Quick Thoughts. I hope you enjoyed. Peace out.